All right, this is the Math 1111 Zoom meeting. Had to delay it an hour due to circumstances beyond my control, but we'll work a few problems here. This is November the 5th, 12 p.m., November the 5th, Zoom meeting for Math 1111. We'll go through and work a few problems. 4.1 and 4.2. Let's see, we'll start on page 372. How about problem like number 10? It says g of x is 4/3 raised to the 3x. First thing they want is g of a negative a half. So we'd have 4/3 raised to, and make sure you stick your exponent, you got multiple pieces here in parentheses, 3 times negative 1/2. Negative a half in for the x. Thirds raised parentheses 3 times negative 1/2. 0.6495. It's pretty straightforward. Just need to make sure you put stuff in parentheses if there's multiple pieces. Let's see. Going on, how about problem like 31? Is 10 raised to the x plus 3. And they want a graph. Domain, that's easy. I don't have to do all of these things. Negative infinity, infinity. Just like polynomials. Range, I'll have to read off the graph. Off graph. And they want the asymptote. This is going to shift 10 to the x left 3. Okay, you don't have to work it that way, but we'll show you on the graph. Okay, so clear. And I'll just do 10 to the x first. And then 10 raised, and then put x plus 3 in parentheses. Graph. All right, this is the original 10 to the x. It goes through 10 to the 0 is 1. So that's been shifted left 3. 1, 2, 3. So the original shifted left 3, approaches the x-axis, and then increases like this, 10 to the x plus 3. I'm going to compare it. This is the original 10 to the x. All right, well, you can see the range starts at 0 on the y vertically, again with parentheses because it does not touch 0 and goes off to infinity. Your asymptote will be y equals 0, the x-axis. So that is the kind of things they want. A lot of these problems. Like 37. Problem 37. Taking h of x, 2 to the x minus 4. That'll be a right shift 4. And adding 1, up 1. Once again, graph. Domain is really easy. Infinity to infinity. Range. and asymptote. I'll do the graph down here. Clear. Parentheses, x minus 4, and then add 1. All right, so it doesn't break up really until it's right 4. 2 to the x would go right through. Maybe I should show that. Compare it to 2 raised to the x. So you can see they both, well, 2 raised to the x right here. So that intercept point's been shifted right 4. And then 2 to the x is dying to the x-axis. That's been shifted up 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see, right shift 4 and up 1. Something like this. 2 to the x minus 4 and add 1. All right. Domain, again, negative infinity to infinity. We've got the graph. Range, well, it's going to start at 1 and go up to infinity. And again, parentheses there because it does not touch 1. And then that asymptote would be y equal 1. So those are the kind of things they want you to do in these problems. Let's see, why don't we go over and try a compound interest? Compound interest. I think we did 57A, maybe B. How about 59? Page 373. We try 59. 500. R equals 0.0375, 3.75%. Compounded quarterly. That would be N equal 4. Find.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Zoom meeting. You need something?
Well, are we going up to
For Tome?
school? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So you would use this formula. N equal 4 there. All right, so I hope everybody knows where the numbers go, and then it's a matter of punching it. And your principal is your money invest. 0.0375 divided by 4 raised, and we want to put this in parentheses, 4 times 1 year. Now, I don't technically have to do times 1 with 1 year. It'd just be 4th power, but I'm going to punch it because B is 2 years. T equals 2 years. And then C, T equals 10 years. And you can just change the 1 to 2 and change 2 to 10. Not have to punch the whole thing. Plus 0.0375, and that's divided by 4. Close, and that's raised parentheses 4 times 1. 519.02. 1 year, you've gained $19.02. Call it back. And run the cursor over, change the 1 to a 2. $538.75. Another 19 bucks. A little more, a few cents more. And change it to 10 years. And close parentheses. So in effect, I've got a 40th power. Up to 726.23, we'll call it. If you can wait around for your money, assuming those conditions hold, which they never do. Conditions and interest rates are always changing because they're set by the government. Unless you buy maybe a fixed CD or something, you can't swear you can't do that. Fixed CD, fixed bond with a fixed interest rate, maybe. Under those conditions, maybe this would hold, but most generally interest rates change. But in any case, in 10 years under these conditions, you'd be up to 726.23. So you're not exactly a millionaire yet. You've gained $226 for letting the bank use your money. All right, why don't we try section 4.2? Using E. And it's a similar problem to, I think I'd worked most of 3. Why don't we try number 4? Page 377, number 4. Is e to the negative 3x, h third, excuse me. You'd have e 1/3. You can work that out. You see the 3's cancel if you want. You get an e to the negative 1, or I can just punch it as is. When you punch e, it automatically gives you the exponent symbol. Apologize. Let's see if I'm back. E, negative 3 times 1 divided by 3. E to the negative 1 in effect. 0.3678. Hopefully you should find this pretty straightforward. Why don't we try some word problems? Maybe 27. Did I put 27? Looking for my assignment sheet. Was 27 on the 4.2? No, 27 wasn't. Okay, 29. I think I might have worked 29, at least the first parts of it. 33. We're into compound interest here, 33 and 35. Okay, so for compound interest, using E, the keywords are continuous, compounding. In other words, you're taking your standard formula from 4.1, the 4.1 formula, n raised to the nt, and this center goes to E. And your formula becomes, under 4.2 continuous compounding, P e to the RT. So we can try problem 33. This is page 379. 2,000 invested. 0.035 compounded. Continuously. Find amount. after, and part A is T is 2 years. That would be, again, P e to the RT, to the RT, 2000 E, get your exponent, put this in parentheses, 0.035 times 2. And again, in B, I can change it back to 4, change the 2 to a 4, etc. 2000 E 0.035 times 2. 2145.02. $145 in 2 years. Part B, T equals 4. 2000 0.035 times 4. 2300.55. Okay. C, 12 years equals 12 years. 12. 3043.92. I can look those up in the back, see if I'm an idiot. 4.2, problem 33. 4.233. 2145.0. Let's see if I can get these on the screen. $33 right there. 2145.02. I don't know if you can see them both. Yeah, 2145.02 there and there. 33B, 2300.55. Okay, you got that right there. And C, 3403.9, 3043.92. Show that 3043.92. Yeah, right there. So hope that helps you. Just there is no n value. N has gone to infinity. N has gone to infinity. They're continuously crunching through the formula and adding it back. And therefore your base becomes E, this number E, 2.718, blah, 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 blah. And your formula has no n in it. A equals P e to the RT under continuous compounding. All right. Hope that helps you finish up the rest of the problems. One more Zoom meeting for these 2 sections tonight. And we will look forward to talking to you then. We'll end the meeting.